to morning practice. Thank you for joining. And as always, please practice according to your condition. Namaste. So let's begin sitting tall, supremely still. Close the eyes, go inward. Before all creation and beyond creation, there exists always God living right there in the center of your chest, in the spiritual heart. Attune to that divine essence within. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. So let's start off with a little bit of Vastrika breath, just to start to generate a little bit of heat, and also to aerate the lungs and oxygenate the blood. So what we're doing is we're just breathing through the nose, but doing it very fast, like you're panting like a puppy. And we're stimulating the Muladhara chakra, chakra at the root of the body, so you can bring your attention there. And you can start slow, but then build, and if you get tired, you can always slow it down a little bit. So we'll do 2 rounds. Hands locked in Jnana Mudra to lock the energy in. Second fingers and thumb tips connected, other fingers straight. Resting on the knees. Sit up very tall and straight. Breathe in. Breathe out, empty the lungs. And then breathe in again a little bit, halfway, and you can begin when you're ready. Empty out completely. Take a deep breath in. Fill up the chest, raise the chest up high, then hold the breath, bring the chin on the chest, contract the muscles of the perineum, pull them up towards the navel. Bring the attention to the space between the eyebrows, the tongue to the back of the teeth, behind the teeth to the roof of the mouth. Holding your breath, keep your attention at the space between your eyebrows. You track the prana there, the vital force. Slowly exhale try to do so in a steady stream, not a big explosion out of the body. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Once again, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows, seat to divine perception. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Breathe normally for a couple of cycles of breath. Next exhale, exhale completely, empty the lungs. Round 2, take half breath in and begin. Going, keep the nostrils wide open. Inhale and the exhale are matched in duration and quality. Breathe out completely. Inhale. Right up to the top of the chest. Then again, hold the breath again. The attention at the space between the eyebrows or root lock and the throat lock. Contract the muscles, pull them up towards the navel, imagining lifting the pelvic floor. Chin right against the chest. Keep the shoulders down, the back straight. Try not to punch the back. Breathe out slowly. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the brow center. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Out again, inhale from the solar plexus to the third eye. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. There's a source of power within the body. And remain empowered, remain established in that power. So now let's begin the practice. Come to standing. And we'll do some exercise. Continue the purification of the body through the generation of heat, which releases more toxins. So do the exercises with enthusiasm and breathe vigorously in order to promote that release of the toxins. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale down. Continue. Inhale, pull the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, thrust the arms forward. Exhale, retract. Now, arm swings. Throw the arms back as far as you can. Try to get the arms behind ears. Squeeze your arms across the chest. Exhale. Throw the arms back. Inhale, arms across the chest. Switch the cross each time. One arm over the other and then the other. Switch. the arms up over the head now. Inhale. Exhale, toss the body down. You can bend your knees as you do that, as you go down. One more. Just stay down for a moment, allow the body to stop shaking. And then pull yourself back up. Next one incorporates a squat, so if you can't go down all the way, don't worry about it. Just go according to your condition. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale down into the squat. So you can just come down halfway if you like, if it's easier on your knees. Practice with mindfulness. Respect your limitations. Bring the arms up and the elbows out to the side, just twisting from side to side. And release. Good. Now take your arms up over the head and then just roll your head and shoulders and neck. Maybe bring a little bit more of the chest and the upper back into the movement. And then switch directions. Just to start with the head and the shoulders and the neck. Loosen up those areas and then start to make the motions a little bit bigger with the chest and the upper back. And release. Good. And now, next. So next one is another one that you incorporate the squat. 4 movements here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, swing the arms down. Let's do it together. Forward in front of the body, wrist height to the shoulders. Inhale, circle the arms around to the front, same spot. Exhale, pull in and punch right back out. Drop the arms by the sides, same thing, except you're going a circle and a quarter. Start from down position, circle around backwards to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down right away. And release. Bring the feet a little bit further apart, the toes pointing beyond the edges of the mat. We're going to go from side to side now. Inhale, left arm up, bend to the right, right arm up. Bend to the left. Exhale as you bend to the left. The inhale brings you back to the center. And release. This time we're going a little bit deeper and through the breath retention. Inhale, raise the left arm up, bend to the right, hold it for a moment. Exhale, come right back up. Take the right arm up as you inhale and go to the left. Hold it for a bit, go a little bit deeper. And return on the exhale. Graceful movements, really stretch the left side. Left side of the body's go to the right. Same thing on the left. Hollow out the underside of the body. Try not to make too many wrinkles in the waist area. Imagine all beings experiencing this through your body, so make the experience as beneficial as possible. This way you practice mindfully because you don't want to transmit pain or suffering or anxiety to anybody. Breathe into the stretch. As you hold the breath, see if you can go a little bit further. A little bit more length. A little bit more space. Approach your true nature, which is boundless, which is limitless. You are not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. Imagine being beyond all of that. Let's try for one more on each side. And release. So let's come onto the floor now. Hands and knees in table position. Inhale. Arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Work the muscles of the core here. Inhale. Stretch the belly skin. Exhale. Stretch the back skin. Inhale. Powerful movements. Exhale. Inhale. Push the heart forward and away from the seat. Exhale. Put the heart right up between your shoulder blades. Inhale. Make sure you're not jamming up the back of the neck as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice continuous line the spine, never any kinks in the line, either in the lower back or the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Now, raise your right leg up on the inhale. Exhale, throw it out to the left. And then come back. Left leg up this time. Exhale. Swing it out to the left. Loosen up the hip joint. And release. Let's walk forward and lie on our belly. Take a moment here, rest, clasp the stack of hands, one on top of the other, and place your forehead on the hand. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Go of all struggles, all fatigue. Now keep the lower body anchored down from the hips down, the tops of the feet as well, pushing down. Inhale, we're going to lift the chest, pull the elbows back, widen up the chest. Exhale, as you come down, you can allow the arms to slide across, the forearms to slide across one another. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. So if your shoulder blades working here, inhale, squeezing together. Exhale, separating. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And rest. Forehead again on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next one, you have an option. Bring your arms out in front. Inhale, you raise your arms and legs just like this. Exhale, down. Or, if you have a little bit more, if you feel you can do it, you can use bring your legs up. And the moment the legs and the hips coming down, we'll throw the upper body up. Don't use your hands too much. You can just, it's mostly just there for just a little bit of balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the hands up underneath the shoulders and come up and back. The seat behind the heels. Next movement has 4 movements. Inhale, coming up into high cat. Exhale, cobra. Drop the hips to your hands, chest forward, head back. Back into high cat. Exhale, glide the seat all the way back behind the heels. Come forward again, inhale, up, up. Exhale into cobra, arch the back. Inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, lengthen as you come back. And then up, forward, back up, and back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lose yourself in the sensations. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Fluid movements. And exhale. Imagine you're a wave on the ocean. Inhale. Starting to come up. Exhale. Cresting at the top. Come to the full height. Inhale. Starting to come back. Rolling down. Exhale. Disappearing in the water again. And then up. Forward. And back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. Up. Forward. Push the shoulders back. Make sure you're not hyperextending the joints, the elbows, and up. And back. A couple more. Inhale up. Remember, keep your shoulders down. Push the shoulders down as you come forward into the cobra. No jamming of the neck, especially the back of the neck. And back. And one more. Up. Forward. Telescope the head out of the neck, out of the shoulders. Up. And back. And rest here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next movement, still keeping with the cobra type of movements, but we'll hold it at the when we reach the pose. So can you slide forward on the inhale? Pull the body between your arms and hold the pose once you arrive. Exhale back. Alternatively, you can come in the same way, sort of the same way as we did in the last exercise. You can come into baby plank, hips down, and then bring your head back. Hold it. And then pull back on the exhale into child's pose. So again, move according to condition. Inhale. Come into the pose. Hold it. And get a little bit more length, more space in front of the body. Open up the chest. Exhale back. Inhale, come forward again. Make the shape of a cobra. Imagine having that boundless range of motion. And all the way back. Inhale, come forward. Hold the pose, be mighty and strong and graceful. In all your movements, and back, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath, push into the hands, descend the shoulders, neck and back long. And back. Inhale. And back. Keep the big toes together if you can. Like the tail of a snake. Come forwards. Rise up. Stretch the body, arch the back. If you can, bring the head back over the seat. And release. Inhale. exercises will make the back supple and strong. A more efficient channel for the energy to rise through. And back. Inhale. Pull with your arms to propel your body forward with more efficiency and power and ease. And back. One last one. Inhale. Rise up. Heart wide open in every sense. And back. Rest in child's pose. Keeping the arms by the sides of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Remove all fatigue. And then come forward again. Onto your belly. And flip over onto your back. Let's do some tucks here. Inhale, extend the arms over the head. Reach out to the heels. Reach out to the fingertips. Exhale. Squeeze the legs in towards the body, the chin to the knees. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull yourself in. Inhale. Exhale, knees come right to the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale. This time hold the breath as you tuck. Really press the lower back into the mat. Squeeze the thighs into the abdomen. And release on the exhale. Inhale, extend again. Stretch out long, the chest comes up off the ground even. And then come into the tuck. Lift your shoulders up, try to get your chin over your knees. And release. You're stretching the back of the neck when you do that. Inhale. Hold the breath. Tuck. Stretch your back body. And release. Inhale. Pull in and tuck. Hold it. Squeeze tight. And release. Exhale. Inhale. And pull in. Even the muscles of the face come all towards the tip of the nose. Release. Inhale. And pull in. Tuck. Squeeze tight everything. And release. Inhale. Pull your legs and your arms out. Hold the breath and tuck. And release. One last time. Inhale, stretch. And hold the breath, pull in. And release, exhale. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Feel all the tension just draining out of the body. So now we're just going to take the legs up. Hold the backs of the knees, bend the knees, and then just rock back and forth. Okay, a little movement to come to seated. And then 2 more times. Get the feet as far over the head as possible. And then the last time we're going to come up, plant the feet, bend the knees, plant the feet and come up. So now we're going to come to the top of the mat for Surya Namaskar. Right, so make your way to the top of the mat. And then from here, bring your hands to the heart center. Remember to offer up the fruits of the practice to something higher and greater than your own needs and desires. Imagine this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So let's begin Surya Namaskar. Raise your arms up over the head. Move gracefully, watch the body moving by itself. Imagine you're the witness. Come down into forward fold, bend your knees if you need to bring hands flat on the ground. Then right foot back into lunge. Lower down the knee, sink down to the seat. Come into high plank, lower down knees, chest and forehead. Now pull the arms, come forward into your cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Mount the heart. Look to the hands, right foot steps forward. If you need to, lower the back knee down first. If the foot doesn't come all the way forward, you can assist it forward with the right hand. And then bring the feet back together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up, stretch the front of the body. Bring the hands back to the heart. Raise your arms over the head. Come down, don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that feels intuitive, that seems to move easily with the breath. And try to keep the breath steady and uniform. The left foot was back, and then back into high plank. Lower down knees, chest, and forehead. Glide again between your arms. Smooth, graceful transition. Seamless. Back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward quietly to the hands. Bring the feet back together again. Uttanasana, bow to the legs. Come right back up to standing. Return home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms over the head. Down we go. Move like a dancer, graceful as can be. Right foot back, sink down through the seat. The breath will know what to do. Come back, lower down, Ashtanga Namaskara. Gaze chest, forehead down, and scoot forward and up into the cobra, shoulders back. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bring the shoulders forward so you can step your foot forward lightly and land it without a big, heavy sound. Left foot forward, head down. Come up, move in a way that doesn't bring the witness into a state of agitation or distraction. Always graceful, always fluid. Arms up, hips forward, go down. Left foot back. If you're the witness, you want to see a beautiful scene. So just try to make it so. Practice in a way that will realize that fluidity. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Left foot forward to the hands. Feet together. Bow to the legs. Come right up to standing. Arch back. Bring the hands back together. Raise your arms up. Go down. Now from here, plant the hands, lift the head and chest a little bit. Lift the heels, and from here, you can jump or walk back into chaturanga, or right down onto your belly, no matter. Glide forward again into your cobra, and then if you can, lift your hips and knees up off the ground. Pulse a little bit here, try to get your chest further forward, your head back. Lift the body up by the hips. Feel like a dog howling at the moon. Then bend the toe, roll over the toes, come back into down facing dog again. Work the chest a little bit towards the ground. Pulse. Try to get your shoulders to open a little bit. Try to get the top of the head to the ground, or at least below the arms. Just try to imitate the shape of a dog, stretching its back. Then here, again, ready to come forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, look between the hands. Hop or walk your feet to the hands. Pull the body down onto your legs again, Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing. Arch back as you see fit, according to your condition and ability level. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms over the head. Come forward, gracefully into forward fold. Lift the head and chest again. Push weight into the base of fingers and the finger pads and glide back or walk back. Come up into upward facing dog. Engage the legs, push the hips and knees way away from the ground if you can. Otherwise, keep your hips and legs down. And then roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Just try to challenge yourself. Try to go to your edge of your potential, but always in a mindful way. Not in a way that incurs pain or suffering or anxiety. It's not what you want to transmit. Good. Now lift the heels, bend the knees up between the hands. Bring your feet forward lightly. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come all the way up to standing. Bring your hands back to the heart. Take Pause here for a moment. Breathe in from the heart to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Now a good challenge is to try to keep that breath going throughout the practice so that you always stay in that mindset of being and staying connected with the highest self within. Let's do some balance poses. Standing on your left foot, raise your right knee up, take hold of the heel from the inside, push the knee out, and then if you can, raise the arm and the leg at the same time. Try to get your toes and fingers at the same height, so it might come out a little bit more flat like this, depending on your flexibility. If you're very flexible, you want to pull the leg right up against the shoulder if you can, and the foot will come higher. Lean a little bit to the left so that you can still get your left hand's not way higher than the other one, than the foot. But push your chest up, be very graceful and poised like a ballet dancer. Then from here, now release the foot, engage the leg so the foot doesn't come falling down heavily. And if you can, swing the leg all the way back, come into gliding eagle. So you can bend the standing leg a little bit, left leg, stay heavy on the foot, and then come down further until maybe your head's with the height of the knee. Keep your legs and your arms nice and straight and open. Imagine you're soaring through the air like an eagle. Push into your left foot to come back up and release. Try it on the other side now. Plant down the right foot and then lift the left leg up. Holding the heel from the inside, the thumb behind the heel. And again, come up. Keep your focus steady on a point. Sometimes it helps to look at the ground. Something that doesn't move is always helpful to keep the balance. Again, adjust according to your flexibility. If you fall out of it, don't worry about it. Just come right back up, keep trying. It's the effort that is the most important, not the results. Good. Now, again, engage in leg muscles so that the leg doesn't come crashing down heavily. And then swing it back behind if you can. If you need to find your balance or bring your index fingers on the ground first, that's okay, you can do that. Just just do whatever you need to in order to make the transition as smooth as possible. Pull the shoulders back. Imagine you're gliding across the surface of the ocean. Imagine yourself as an eagle. Now push into the right foot and come back up. Good. So we'll do one more variation, one more pose here. Come to the back of the mat. Bring arms behind the back. You can hold the left wrist with your right hand, balancing T. Take your left foot forward, hinge at the hips, bring your head about the height of the hips, and bend the left leg, and bring the right leg up. Try to make yourself nice and straight like you're lying on a table, like the capital letter T. Nice and strong here. Extend through the crown, extend through the toes. If you want to go deeper, you can interlace your fingers, open the palm. This is very much like we did the last pose, except your hands are together. Pull the hands higher and higher until they land over the shoulders. Get the right foot higher than the head if you can. Then release the hands. You can bring the left hand on the ground and turn the hip and the shoulder up so your chest is facing to the right. Raise your right arm up and raise your right foot up higher. Tanasana. If you're having trouble bouncing, you can either place yourself against the wall if you're close by, hand on the thigh. It might be a little bit more difficult to keep your balance, but you can always try that. Or if you have a block, place your hand on a block, your left hand. Give yourself a bit more height. And bend the standing leg, left leg, and come back up. Okay, let's try it on the other side now. Hold hold the right wrist with your left hand. Take a right foot forward and hinge at the hips. And then soften the right leg so you can bring the left leg up smoothly. Now again, try to get your body level with the ground. Try not to open up the left hip. Try to keep your hips square, looking at the ground. Try to keep the head straight, so not bent up too much, so you don't jam up the back of the neck. And then if you want, toppling tree. Interlace the fingers, open up the palms. See if you can get the left leg up higher, and then pull the chest forward. Pull the shoulders again back so that you don't jam up the back of the neck again. Curve the body. And then release the hands. If you can, bring the right hand down. Reposition if you need to with a block or against the wall. You'd have your back against the wall. You'd be doing this pretty much against the wall, if you like. And then bring the left leg up higher. Open up your chest fully to the left. Good. Try to be nice and silent and meditative through the poses. And then bend the right leg. And then come back up. Now, going to step the left foot forward. And then bend the knee, slide your foot out a little bit more. Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up over the head. Strong like a warrior. Gaze up, bring the head back. Imagine you're looking at the tip of a sword. This pose says, I am offering everything up to you, God. Be devoted to God just as the warrior is devoted to their people that they serve and protect. Then, lower the back knee down. Flatten out the toes, Kitasana. Pull the arms up higher, keep the arms close to the head. Wiggle the shoulders a little bit, try to get your arms back behind your ears, keep them straight. Curve the back, crescent moon. Pull the arms back, pull the butt, pull the chest up, away from the seat. Coming back up, press into the front knee and push yourself more upright. Bring the left foot in so your legs are like a box, bend the toes under and the back foot. Right arm up. You can take the hands simply to the outside of the knee, the other hand on the seat. Inhale, push the lower back up and in, and then turn to the left. Look over your left shoulder. If you want, you can even lean back a little bit. See if you can reach down and maybe the fingers will find a heel. Now I can place on the back of the right thigh. Lift up through the inhale, exhale, turn a little bit more. Look way beyond your left shoulder if you can. Keep pushing your knee and the heel towards the right. You want to go further? Parivita Tanasana, right arm up. Elbow to the outside of the thigh. The armpit is sitting right against the outside, a little bit on top of the knee. And then the hands come and kneel in prayer, or left hand forms a fist, pushing into the right hand. Pull the body up so the belly's higher than the thigh, and see if you can push your chest further forward to the thumbs and up. Try to get your left shoulder back, look up, twist deeply. Chest and face eventually facing up. If you know other variations, go ahead. Some of you might like to take a bind. If you know how to do that, left arm goes over the back. Hold the hand from underneath. If you want, you lift your back knee up as well. Keep twisting on the exhale to go deeper. Inhale, lengthen. If your knee is up, press it back, heel back further, the head reaches further forward. And release. Bring the knee down. Bring the hands to the ground on the inside of the foot. Walk the left foot out a little bit further towards the edge of the mat. Just go back and forth a few times, trying to get your hips to sink down. And push back to the heel one last time. Lower the hips down. Try to anchor down to the hips first, like you're doing a cobra. Keep the left shoulder close to the knee. Make sure it doesn't fall out to the side. Walk your foot out until your knee is over the heel. If you can, if the whole shoulder's about the height of the knee, roll to the right. The right form can probably come down. Roll to the left form comes down. Now, as you pull the floor towards you, telescope the chest forward. Keep doing that. And then the body will come further and further down towards the ground. Eventually, maybe right on the ground. If it's close or right or close, you can also, or you can just take your left arm to the outside of the foot so the whole chest can lie flat on the ground. Be like a lizard sunning itself on the warm earth. Fix the gaze, look steadily at a point. Just like a lizard that doesn't blink. Copy the form that you see in your mind, the lizard shape. And then come back onto the hands. From here, there's a few options again to Vasisthasana. I'll show one version 2. If you're pretty mobile and strong, press down into your right hand, bend the toes under the right foot. Take hold of the big toe with your 2 peace fingers and your thumb. And then keep your hips lifted. You have to turn, spin on your left foot a little bit and bring the foot up. So this is for advanced practitioners maybe. Or take your knee, or if this is too much, of course you can modify. So you can keep your right knee on the ground and left foot slides back. Come into it from this way. Stay on your knee or push into your hand and slip the foot underneath. Slipping it like this. You can cross your left foot in front of the right if it makes it easier. Make sure you don't drop into the shoulder, so don't sink into the shoulder. Keep the shoulder strong and the arm engaged. Hips forward. Feel as though you're a kite being blown from behind. Let's come back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, push the hips back. Breathe out, soften the heart. Here, exhibit the loyalty of a dog to its master. Try to think of all the virtues of the being that you're trying to represent. Embody those qualities as well as physically copying them. The right foot forward, now back foot flat. Right back into the warrior consciousness. Raise your arms above the head. Sink down through the seat, hips and shoulders square. Be strong, be mighty, be proud. From here, turn on the foot, so you can bring the back knee down, sink down to the seat, keep the arms close to the ears, pull the arms up higher, exhale, sink the shoulders down away from the ears. Again, do the little bit of the shoulder rock, we call it the Dharma wiggle. Try to get the arms back, curve the body, think of a crescent-shaped moon. Look up, see your fingers are following the same line as the rest of your arms. Eventually, the fingertips will come right over the toes. And press back up. Push into the front knee. Come more upright. Bring the right foot in, bend the toes under the back foot. Lift the left arm up. Take the hand to the outside of the knee, other hand on the seat. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Exhale, turn to the right. Try to turn as much as you can. If you want, again, lean back. See if you can take your hand and the fingertips might come to the heel. Make sure you don't lean back too much. Try to keep your back straight. If you need to, you can adjust, bring your hand onto your thigh. Now push your knee and your foot towards the left as you turn to the right. Provide a little bit of counter resistance as you twist from the base of the spine. Again, patting feet to Pindasana if you like. You can come out of the pose, left arm up, and then dive deeper. I'm going to do it this way, as you can see. So the armpits right against the back, outside of the knee. Hands together again, or the fist in the hand. Push your body up, try to get your belly higher than the thigh, and then start to spin. Continue, press against the leg. Take the right side of the seat back, extend the head forward, and turn your chest and face all the way up. Again, if you want to take other variations, go ahead. If you want to take the bind, you can use the right hand to guide the left arm through and underneath the leg. So the right arm comes over the back, you can find the hand more easily. Hold it from underneath. Lift the back heel up if you like. Not the back heel, the back knee. Well, the back heel up. Back heel is actually already up, sorry. So, lengthen your line from the heel all the way to the crown. If you're doing this variation, stretch on the inhale. Exhale, turn more. Feels like you're trying to lie on your back. Break the pose. Bring the hands down to the ground on the inside of the foot. Walk the foot out a little bit further to the edge of the mat and then go back and forth again. Trying to get your hips to sink down. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. Make sure, again, the knee doesn't fall out to the side. Move the foot out more if you need to. Just trying to get your hips down, to anchor down, and then roll to the left. If you can get your left forearm down onto the ground, so you can roll to the right and do the same thing, so that both hips are evenly at the same height. Ideally right on the ground. And then keep telescoping your chest forward. And maybe at some point your chest will come right down to the ground. Merge with the form, with every form. As you tap into the consciousness, into their consciousness, into their virtues, you become one with them. Getting ready to come back. Now, if you have forms, come back onto your hands. Again, if you want to try, for the more seasoned practitioners, you can take your two-piece fingers around the big toe, the thumb around the outside, hold the foot, and then lift your hips, pushing into the roots of your left toes, spin on your foot, and you might be able to take your foot right up. Or you can take your knee, the same type of entrance. Or, of course, more accessible, just bring your left knee in a little bit underneath the hip, slide the right foot back all the way behind the knee. You can stay here, of course, or press into your hands and tuck your left foot underneath the right. Right foot can come in front if you like. Arch the body away from the ground, expand and stretch the front of the body. Keep your left arm strong, push into the base, the heel, the palm, the base of the fingers and the finger pads. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now from here, we're going to lift the heels, bend the knees. You can either jump your feet forward or walk your feet forward, doesn't matter. Tanasana. Inhale, extend through the crown. Exhale, pull the body right against the legs. See if you can take your opposite elbows behind your knees and pull the arms down further. Use the body to push the legs back, the head comes down. It's nice forward fold because gravity helps you to get your head further down to lengthen the spine. If you need to, of course, you bend your knees if your body starts to come away from your thighs. Keep your knees bent so that you still have a connection of the body with your legs. Now we're going to come up into Kitasana. Bend the knees, bring your seats back so you can see the whole fronts of your feet. Arms forward and then lift the arms up. If you can bring your hands together, scoop out the lower back, push your chest up, curl the tail under. If you want even more, you can interlace your fingers, flip your palms up and pull the arms back to work the shoulders at the same time. Now be fierce in the pose. Fierce determination to stay here all day if you had to, without changing the mindset. Stay calm, stay steady, like the eye of a hurricane storm, calm and undisturbed. Now press all the way up to standing. Bring your hands to the seat. Walk your feet a little bit further apart. Toes beyond the edge of the mat. Easy Kitasana. Push your hands into your seat. Bend your knees a little bit. So your knees are over the toes and push into seat, pull down at the same time. Lean back. Keep your knees and your hips forward so your head can go back, and you have a counterbalance, push into your feet. If you feel comfortable here and at your edge here, you stay here. If you feel like you can slide your hands down one at a time. Hold just below the knees. This helps you have control of the legs more. So you roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inward at the same time. Your thumbs come further through in between. Then if you can, you push into your feet hard. Push your hips forward and up so your legs straighten a little bit more. Those who are more flexible can keep going down the backs of your legs until your hands are right on the heels. Now, depending where you are, walk your hands back up the legs. Once they arrive on the seat, push into seat, pull down, and lift back up. Bring your hands together, walk your feet together. Come back to that breathing of the heart. Inhale to the space to the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in your connection with God. Once again, inhale, heart to the third eye. Exhale back down to the heart. Good. Now let's come down. So inversions. We're going to do headstand now. Shavasana, give you a few options. Of course, if you know how to get into headstand, you don't have to wait for me. Go ahead right into it. If you want to explore these options, I'll demonstrate a few. So make sure you can hold your elbows easily in front of your body, and then bring your hands forward, interlace them. Place your head between the palms. So you're pushing the back of the head into your hands, so that your hands are cushioning your head comfortably like a helmet. Lift your seat, walk your feet close to your elbows. Now option one, you can just lift up your heels and come back down. Push into your forearms so you don't feel too much pressure, so you feel more of the weight in your forearms and not the head. If it's uncomfortable for you to have too much pressure on your head. And lift up and down. Alternatively, if you're having a lot of trouble with your head pressing to the ground, you can just keep your head off the ground, hover just above the ground. So you can do it this way. Eventually, if you feel comfortable, you can bring one leg all the way back behind you. Keep your feet close, your foot close to your seat. Bend the toes back, so keep your foot active. And then again, you try it again. Come right onto your tippy toes. So your hips come forward a little bit more over your shoulders. This alignment that you need to eventually come up. If you can, you pull the toes up off the ground. So bend the toes back and just don't jump. Just tap make it so that you can tap the floor easily. Keep your foot close to the ground. Eventually you might be able to push your thigh into your chest, but your foot's still close to the ground. So always mindful movements, nice and slow, no jumping, because you'll end up on your back, flying over your legs go flying over your head. You don't want to do that necessarily. So eventually, if you have the steadiness, keep pushing to your arms, keep pushing through the foot behind you. Eventually your feet will come to the same height. If this is all too much, just stay down with your head in front of your knees, hands to your heels, and then lift your hips. Walk your hands in a little bit closer until your hips are over your knees and you're on top of the head. If it's too much pressure with the back of the neck, too much stretch, just move your head forward, away from your knees a little bit more. Now wherever you are, remain steady. You can keep your eyes open, fix your gaze on a point, or if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Watch the darkness behind the forehead. Get ready to come down smoothly and softly. Once you're down, rest in child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. Soften everything. Then come up. And then sit to one side so you can bring your legs out in front. scooch to the front of the mat so we have plenty of room. So we're going to go, I'll demonstrate, roll right back into plow and then into shoulder stand. So starting seated, use the momentum, push into your hands, send your feet over your head and to the ground, maybe even behind your head. They don't have to come down all the way, just again, move according to condition. Now try to pull the hands, bring the hands together behind the back. See if you can squeeze your heels and the palms together so your arms come closer, your forearms come closer. And then bend your arms, bring your hands to the lower back, the fingers facing up. Push into the back a little bit more, send your seat up higher. And then you can bring one leg or both legs up at the same time. When you do it this way, you'll find a nice straight, or have more of an ability to find that straight line from the toes all the way to the chin. If it's too much, you can come a little bit lower. So just adjust according to your needs. Your legs can be a little bit at an angle, or even bring your knees to the forehead. Still too much? Just sit on your hands with your legs up in the air. You can even bring yourself against the wall. Your legs are right up the wall. Now stay here if you want. First though, you can go into lotus if you have one. This brings even more benefits to the pose. Push your lower back in. Option always, if your legs are straight or in lotus, try to get your hands on your thighs. You have to come right on top of your shoulders. Straight vertical line. Now bring your attention inward. Close the eyes. Again, watch the darkness at the brow center behind the forehead. Picture a diamond there with all the light reflecting off each face, shimmering, all different colors and hues when the light hits them, when the light hits the diamond. Keep your mind occupied on this vision. And then, if you have lotus, you can come into Pindasana, bring your thighs, your nose against your body. If you know how, you can wrap your arms around the outside and take hold of your hands underneath the seat. Lock your fingers together. That's one option. If your legs are straight up, just come into plow, just as we did when we started. Bring your feet on towards the ground behind your head. If you push into your back, your feet might come all the way down. Option as well to drop your knees down. So your thighs against the body, your knees on either side of the head. And when you do this, imagine you're closing off the gates of the senses and removing all distractions coming in through your ears and your eyes. Go inward even more. Now we're going to make our way into plow pose. So hands on your back, bring them onto the ground behind your back. Your thumbs and your index fingers touching if possible. And then start to bring your legs back down. So once the legs are about over your hips, you're going to be sitting on your wrists and your forearms. Bring your legs down a little bit further if you can, maybe about 45 degrees. Now if you have the strength, push into forearms and lift your chest up. Good. If you feel strong here, keep your chest up, but bring your head all the way back so the top head's on the ground. If you need to, you can lower your legs all the way down to the ground, however. Now keep pushing your chest forward, up towards the sky. And then from here, if you can, Vastrika breath again. Be very fast with the nose. And then release your head back down, flat on the ground. Bring your feet down, close to the seat. From here, your fingers might be touching your heels if your arms beside your body.
Lift up your hips. Send your chest up towards your chin. Doing a bridge pose here. Be strong and formidable like the bridge. Tilt the hips forward a little. We can use your hands if you need to. Bring your hands up to your hips and then just tilt the hips forward so that you don't jam up your lower back. Now try to get your heels up if you can. Lift your hips higher. Bring your chest move closer to the chin and drop your heels back down without losing any of the height you just created. You can stay here if this is where your edge is, or if you want, bring your fingertips on either side of the head, push into the fingertips and glide your head back a little bit further so you're on the top of the head. Flip your hands around, fingers facing a little bit to the outside but towards your toes now. Take a half breath in, and if you can, lift your head up off the ground. You can also lift your heels and then rock forward and back. Try to get your arms and legs straighter. Push your chest forward in front of your arms. Stretch. Beautiful back bend. And then lower the heels, come down. Bring the head back down softly and roll back down onto your back. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring your arms up over the head, come to seated position. Now we're going to come into Tanasana. But before we do that, pull the knees up towards the chest, lean back, keep your legs close to the body, your thighs, and you can keep your legs either bent like this, or if you can, straighten your legs. And then bring your arms out. Look over your toes, butt streak again. Offer it up. Lower down, both the body and the legs a little bit. Make yourself flatter. Push the belly button towards the back of the body. Come back up if you can. And lower the feet down. Hug your legs to your body. Breathe in. Hold the breath. Concentrate on the space in your eyebrows. Again, contract the root muscles. Chin on the chest. Attention to the space between the eyebrows. And release softly the breath. Push your feet forward. And from here, depending on your flexibility, you can keep your legs bent. Raise your arms up and push your body against the legs. Bring your belly onto your thighs. You can hug your legs, your body, with your arms underneath your legs like this. Keep telescoping your chest forward. Exhale, pour more weight into your legs. If you can, however, you can get your legs on the ground. Don't waste your time. Go ahead. Push your heels out. Keep your body with your legs. You can hold the edges of your feet. You can bring your hands on top of the toes. If you reach forward, maybe your forehead will touch your wrists, the top of the head. Exhale, sink more weight onto the body, body onto your legs. All the attention at the base of the spine. The tension light. Pull all the blood there and wash out that area. Visualize all these actions in the body. Cultivate your imagination. The more imagination you have, the more you can realize for yourself and for others. And then come back up. Good. Take your hands behind. Slide your feet in, bench pose. So if it's too much for your hands, this is usually the way we do it with your hands facing back, fingers facing back, or if you need to though, you can place your fingers facing the toes. It's a little bit more difficult this way for your wrist, but some people find it a little bit easier.
So now push your hips up. Try not to sag like an old couch. Push your hips up. Try to get your chest high and the shoulders and your head back. Allow your head to drop back, bust your breath. Lower down. Good. Now from here, just bring your feet together. Final twist. Bring your right hand behind your back. Right against the back. Not too far back. Don't lean back. Keep your back straight and vertical. Left arm up. Press the forearm against the thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Keep your knees together. Make sure your legs don't go lax and be dropping away from one another. And then keep on trying to free your abdomen. Try not to crush your abdomen against the knees. Allow yourself some more range of motion. Back to the middle, switch sides, left hand right down the center of the back, right arm up, out to the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale. Push against the knees, try to get your knees further beyond the right edge of the body. Open up to the left. Twist. Imagine a twist, the spiraling action of the spine. From the base all the way up to the base of the spine, all the way to the base of the brain. Release, come onto your back, lie down for Shavasana. Ease your way down. Once you find your way on your mat, take a deep breath in. Exhale, remove all fatigue, feel all of it drop away from the body. So with each inhale, imagine you're pulling in light and energy and the best of the best universe. Exhale, just allow it to flood the body completely. Rejuvenate the body, filling you up with all that goodness, with all that light. To recharge, rejuvenate, and reset yourself. Each inhale, bring in even more. Feel as though you are limitless in your capacity to accept all this. The exhale, imagine it's so abundant that there's no room for any negativity, so all the negativity just drops out of the body. It's just pushed out, squeezed out by all the incoming benefits, everything that you need. Most important, direct it all to God. Bring it all to the center of the chest, the spiritual heart. Make it an offering to God, and then the benefits go out to all beings. There's a portion of God that exists in all beings. Connect through all, through God, who lives within. Teacher Sri Dharmamitra always says, think of God the first thing you wake up. Keep God in your mind and heart all day long. And then eventually you see God in everything and everyone. And you cultivate divine love towards all. So now be ready to bring out this joy and this love and all these benefits. Extend them to all beings in your daily interactions. Off the mat, it's just as important to keep up the intention of offering of everything to all beings. So now prepare to sit up in a way that is gentle, that is mindful and quiet. Close with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much. For those of you who do the Saturday morning class, I had to change it to 6:30 a.m. I know it's very early, but it will be on my page so you can watch it afterwards if you would like. Later on in the day, I have training that day, so unfortunately I won't be able to start. I had to start earlier. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.